Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an apartment renovation and it's going to be a retro inspired. Basically, I try to make it 70s, 80s as possible, but obviously with the stuff we have in the game, it's not like accurate to the 70s or the 80s or any decade really. So I've just called it a retro inspired. So I'm using a lot of those items that look a bit more retro and I love it, to be honest. I think it turned out quite nicely, and yeah, I really like the color schemes and it's very different to anything that I've done in the past, so I hope you guys like it. Here I'm just doing the floors and the wallpaper. I did struggle a little bit and I'm still not super happy with the floor and wallpaper in the bathroom, but everything else I really like. And obviously this apartment is in San Myshuno and it has the medium wall height, so that was an added bit of challenge there to, I don't know, I would have done it with short walls if I could, but you know, apartments in The Sims. And yeah, I did struggle with that wallpaper in the bedroom, but I'm happy with it, I think. I'm using a lot of the items and I've also built it quite different to what I build usually. I pulled out a lot of the items here that I knew I wanted to use. A lot of the bowling stuff actually works quite well, so I pulled out a few of those things and just adjusted here the entrance because I couldn't really fit that in the lounge, so I wanted it as an entrance console table, if that makes sense. And those lights, I think, I don't know, I quite like the entrance. It's super tiny, super clean looking, not cluttered, but I really like it. And I just built that little wall there, or just the one square wall to separate it from the kitchen. I did use some custom content counters for the kitchen from Myshuno-san, which, you know, makes sense and turns out quite nicely that this is in San Myshuno, but I do really like them. I love that they have those pastel colors and I do end up using that green one, which, I don't know, I feel like I was looking at retro-inspired apartments on Google and a lot of them are either really bright or pastel colors, and I thought this one just looked quite nice, fits with the color theme with the rest of the apartment, and I just really like it. So I use the counters and the cupboards from, they're custom content from Myshuno-san if you want to download them. Really like them. And yeah, just did counters that I usually do, not counters, cupboards. I don't always do them, but this one's look quite nicely. Pink microwave, because I feel like you have to. And a little bin over there in the corner. I did pull out a few things as I was going, because I just knew I wanted to use them later on, so I do pull out a few things here and there, and I didn't really clutter the apartment too much in this case. In that little shelf, I pushed it up so it looks that way. I didn't clutter it too much. I wanted it to look quite clean looking, and also, I don't know, I feel like I was going for that in this one. Here I'm just doing some curtains to cover that black spot that came up when I put that half wall, because it's, you know, in the middle of the window that I can't really move because it's an apartment in The Sims and I don't use tool mod. I know that's a thing, but too complicated for me to learn how to use. Maybe someday, but not at the minute. So I do have to do with the windows that come with the apartment. The dining table I struggled with a little bit. I felt like I couldn't really fit it in a natural way, and I end up using a smaller one because, yeah, I just didn't know what to do with the dining situation, if that makes sense. I was also trying to figure out what sofa to use. We have a few that kind of fit the theme of the build or the renovation, but I end up going with this one from the Get Famous pack, I think it is, and I think it looks quite nice. The color is a bit darker than I would have liked it, that red-orange thing, but you know, it works. And here I'm doing that dining table that I now moved to the side as well, just because I couldn't fit it perfectly, but I think it works in that, you know, under that window. And then I'm doing a lot of those curtains. I do use these ones from the Paranormal pack, I think that's where they come from, and a hanging plant as well, which I feel like it's quite 70s and 80s, so yeah, I do that over there. And then figuring out the television side and the curtains here, those ones from Island Living, I think they are. I end up putting them in the bedroom, but just do the same ones for the lounge. And as I said, the television situation, I was gonna use that one from Tiny Living, but then I feel like it didn't really work because the windows are so close together, it just didn't really fit properly. So I go with one of those retro TVs that I think they're either debug or live objects, whatever that is, and then this retro music machine, which I think works very nicely for this build. And I've never used it before, but I thought, you know, this is the time to use it. And same with those lamps that come up in the live edit objects, whatever filter that is, one of the ones that are usually unlockable, if that makes sense. So you just use that. A bunch of plants, just 3 of them in that corner. And I didn't know what to use with this wall. I didn't know what to do with it until I found those tall blocks of wood that just go on the wall. And yeah, a bit like paneling, if that makes sense. And yeah, I was gonna do that orange chair, then I found this island living one, which I thought also worked, and just made it, you know, I do want the room to be sort of yellow, orange, red looking, but I didn't need every single item to be that color. So I did move it and then just added that painting over there, a little table with some books on the side, because, you know, you need those books to read in The Sims. And that's pretty much it for the lounge, kitchen, living situation. I do add that macrame or whatever it is thing on the wall, and also a coat rack for the entrance. I just thought it was a bit empty, so I just put that over there. And moving on to the bathroom, I did pull out that sink earlier. And then, yeah, a few of those items, I think they're from the same pack. I found this screen separator screen thing from the, what's it called, Snow Escape pack. So I do use that on the side, and just a little shower, just because I felt like, you know, the bathroom that comes with this apartment is a bit small, so I made it bigger, but then it was a bit too big, and I was like, what do I even put in here? So I do go with the bath and the shower, and then the plant and the lamps on the side, which I think that situation there, I think looks quite nicely. I wish the wall and the floor were not so samey, and just you had different sized tiles, if that makes sense, because it feels like a bit of a, not a real room, but you know, I did want it to be pink. That's something that I really knew, that I wanted to make a pink looking bathroom, even though the items are white, but I wanted pink in the bathroom. That's what I knew. And then just put in that yellow rug over there. And then moving on to the bedroom. This is a 1-bedroom apartment. So yeah, for me, it was either for, I had a single person in mind. Obviously it's a double bed, so you could have 2 Sims, but I do put it next to the wall just to make a bit more room for the rest of the items. For clothing storage, that little one, that little thing, I think it's from, can't remember, is it from Tiny Living or is it from Dream Home Decorator? I think those packs just mix in my mind for some reason. One of the two. And then just had to put like a lava lamp. I don't know if this is a lava lamp, to be honest, but you know, it has that feel. So I added that, and then a desk over here. I do move through a few of them because I couldn't really find one that fit the theme as much, and definitely one that didn't match. I couldn't find one that matched the wood of the clothing storage thing on the side. But I do end up going with this one, which I quite like, and the chair is from the same pack as the thing on the side. And yeah, little laptop, obviously not to the decade, but you know, it's not a fully retro apartment, it's just inspired. So they do have laptops and televisions and that kind of thing, even though I use the retro TV, but just adding a few more details here to finish the room, just a few clutter items. But like I said, I didn't want to do too much in this instance, but enough so it looks like it's been lived in and someone actually, a Sim, lives here. And that's about it for this build. I do have some little shots to show you, but that's about it for this build. Let me know if you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later with a new build.